Hello, YouTube. Today, I wanted to bring a little gameplay commentary here on No Rest for the Wicked. This is a pretty new patch for the game still. It adds just so much stuff and refinement, quality of life, stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into it here. It looks so good. Like the art style in this game, it's like an oil painting in motion. It's just so good, and the visual effects right now, they look so good too. Like the video obviously doesn't know justice. This is the game I've been obsessed with lately. It's my kind of game. It's an RPG. It's a Souls-like in a way. You know, it's got dodge rolling, so that means Souls-like, right? Dodge rolling iframes. But oh man, another game it actually reminds me of a lot is Fable. Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3. That it brings me back when I'm playing this game too. Just going around with the art style and just the vibes, and it almost feels so familiar in a way. And I'm of course using magic. I always use magic in any kind of RPG. I love magic, and the visual effects for magic in this game are also just amazing. Here's me just using fireball on this wand here. I was just over here trying to pick these crops, and this little a-hole came out of nowhere. But I got his ass. You can pick up these little crops here. You can put them in your recipes, which I'll show you later. You got your resources you can collect here from different spots. Right now I'm digging. You get little random loot from digging. Cutting down trees for wood so you can craft things. The crafting system right now is really good, even in this early access state. That's another huge thing to mention, that this is an early access game, but it's already shaping up to be so good. If you haven't played it and you like these kinds of ARPG Souls-like games, boy, this is a treat right here. This is a treat. A little bit of fishing, same thing. Either these go in your recipes, and you craft all kinds of food that gives you buffs, or gives back some of your resources. So you got your health resource, obviously. You got your mana. I forget what they actually call it. I think you just use stamina. I don't think there's mana. It's that little orange bar right under my health, top left. A little bit of swimming. You got like a little, stamina gauge for swimming and stuff like that as well. Coming up on this guy, I'm going to sneak attack him. Even with my wand, I can still sneak attack, and actually still have a melee attack with this wand as well. I failed it. It's a little bit finicky when it comes to the sneak attacks. I don't know if one of the stats affects it or what. Maybe I just got unlucky because he just happened to turn around, but it's whatever. There'll be another sneak attack later on. Gathering some more resources here. Again, those dig spots are nice because you just get, it's just random. It could be anything. Could be food, could be, you know, ore, could be more, it could be wood. So it's always good to get those little dig spots in there. A little bit of traversal. Again, the stamina bar comes into play when you're climbing up those vines and stuff. A little bit more gameplay. This guy's a shield, kind of annoying, but I got his ass. Here I pull out my lightning staff. Look at those. Let's look at that. The visual effects are so good. So good. This guy did some bullshit. But even then, even though I'm using a staff and I got the lightning spells on there, still got a melee attack. So it's good versatility. Also find myself doing that little RP walk a lot too with the staff. It's just so, it's so good. It's so good. Adds a little bit of like immersion to everything. This guy's kind of quick and dodgy. And then boom, another one pops out. Look at that. Jeez. Just surprises around every corner in this game, I'll tell you what. It really rewards exploration. Finding things. Looking at things. Figuring out little puzzles. Reading notes. You know, stuff along those lines. Here's a little look at the stat screen. Got health, stamina, strength, dexterity, intelligence, faith, focus, equip load. You know, as you're going through all that stuff, you're really building your character like, you know, like any other RPG, of course. But as a caster, I'm trying to just use the staffs and the wands right now. But I did have a sword that I did have at one point. I think I sold it though. But I had a sword. Oh, here's a sneak attack. 1 second. Oh, there it is. Got him. Got him. Oh, and then this like more elite enemies coming at me now. Big ass axe. But I'm doing a tick damage, and my fireball did a lot of damage as well. Throwing spears. Alright, yep, done. Easy. As I'm coming up here, I find another more elite enemy. Another one with an axe, but I'm just demolishing them. Up here I find this little campsite too. Kill that little rat. Because why not? So if there's any kind of resource gathering or anything in any of these kinds of games, I always just try to do it along the way. That way I always have stuff on hand. The cooking is really nice. These all these give you different things like health, or they give you stamina back, or they'll give you buffs. So you just find a little campfire out here and you cook stuff as long as you have the ingredients. So you can use fish, you know, plants, berries, it's any kind of meats you find. Just put them together, or make your meals. That was my main source of health regen. A couple of wolves, no big deal for my magic, and I fell off like an idiot. Oh. Again, find these little chests. You explore, man. You explore. Find big chests, small chests. You know, all kinds of varying types of loot in those things. Like I said, this game really rewards you looking around and going to anywhere you can see. That little eruption of fire, so good. Again, I just dropped into this house and boom, I found a shield. You know? Again, just amazing. Here's an NPC I found.
Nothing that direction but a wrecked quarry, a closed gate, and now an arm. I see Ellsworth marching with him. Finally, Grace, is how you live in Orvin? Could you use help with the farm, Orvin? Mainland looks down at her isles. Sacrament at those living outside her gates.
Yeah, I always end up, whenever there's like any kind of dialogue like that, I always have the habit of like skipping it because I read it faster than the NPC says it. So I always end up skipping them, like when they're almost done or like midway through their dialogue, because I'm like, oh, I already read this in my head. Found this little crane, has this little platform, and then I missed the jump like an idiot. But you get up here, get that little loot on the block there. Some armor I'm not going to use, but I can sell it, or something. Something with it. There's of course fast travel in the game. You don't unlock it. You don't unlock it immediately, but you do eventually get it. Bounties. Talk to Captain Rudolph here. You can get all kinds of little side quests, repeatable content, radiant quests, I guess you could say, too. A lot of them are just repeats that, they'll spawn them in different areas. Like, oh, go kill this boss, or go, retrieve this item, or, find this person, save this person, Stuff like that you'll find. Inventory, so I turned in a couple, got some items. I think I'm gonna equip some of them. But it's a pretty good way to gear. I'm not like too far in the story. This was actually a higher tier of gear. Right there, with the like, what would that color even be? Cyan or something maybe.
Finally, a bit of room to breathe.
Some space to stretch out.
All these merchants in the town of Sacrament. Great name for a town. You know, besides, you know, the wands and the staves, I guess, that I'm using for the spells and whatnot. You know, you got your just typical stuff, right? You got your axes, your swords, your shields, you know, your two-handed claymores, hammers, things along those lines. So, you know, you have the build variety in this game, just like other RPGs.
Scat, good to see you back, sir.
Crafting materials, little blueprint. There's all kinds of blueprints in the game to make for craftables, weapons, recipes for food, recipes for potions right here.
Man's best friend is
Got the blacksmith.
the savior.
You'll see later I upgraded his shop. So now he has a furnace so I can smelt ore that I mine up. One of those weapons that requires strength and intelligence. Most of the ones that I've found mainly have some sort of like buff on them, like give the sword fire damage, lightning damage, cold damage, you know, for your basic attacks with that weapon. Yeah, so right now you see that I have a fire wand, I have a lightning staff, and I have a frost like scythe.
You're the one who killed poor.
Or maybe it'd be like a shottle or something along those lines, some sort of curved blade. Here's a good look at the runes, which you start off with a heal, and you can use that heal to obviously heal, but I didn't even use it because crafting food is so easy and accessible. But you see I buy a few of them.
Hello again.
And all those, I mean, all the vendor stocks, they restock every, every so often. I looked at my map. You see the circles on the map. Those are your objectives. At least the side objectives that I picked up from Captain Randolph there. Enemies. Enemy design is so good too. I just love how they look. Their animations. It's just so aesthetic to me. And as you smash through like crates and barrels, you'll find little items as well. It's just another hit, another hit of dopamine, kind of. Like, oh man, give me some items. That's what this game does really well too. It's just the hits, the dopamine hits. Of just finding items, finding enemies, finding little nooks and crannies and areas. I'm just trying out this little sword. Oh, there's the lightning attack, special attack that it has. Pretty decent. Of course, I gotta heal because, you get hit in this game and it hurts most of the time. This guy, you'll see. I was trying to knock him into the pit because there is like environmental damage and stuff like that. This guy has a big ass hammer. Trying to smash my shit in. You can see my resource management or my stamina management is trash. Oh god. I got stunned there for a second. As this little bar fills up as you get hit, and you'll eventually get stunned when the bar fills up.
Maybe better this world, one body.
So that club actually looks pretty good, but it's just doesn't align with my build. That's like a faith weapon. I'll probably dabble in the faith later on, but right now I really like the magic. Like I said before, I'm a magic boy, I'm a magic enjoyer. Because I feel like that's the high fantasy that games like this really do well. The magic that it's something I can't do in real life. I can swing a sword in real life. I can smash I can smash a hammer down in real life. I can shoot a bow in real life. Can't really do magic. I'm not shooting fireballs out of my hand or a wand. You know what I mean? At least not through magic means. Grab my ore that I smelted out of the furnace, because like I said, I upgraded the blacksmith. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to talk to the guy and show you some of the upgrades you can get. They cost resources and money. So like I said, as you're exploring around, gathering that stuff, as you should, you'll be getting all the resources for all these upgrades. I already have a few upgraded mainly just shop upgrades, little shortcuts. But there's a good amount. There's a good amount of, like, you know, grinding, and it's a fun grind too, in my opinion. As you're running around town as well, you'll see these little signs, and you can actually buy in-game housing and stuff like that with the money that you get. See, this is 35 silver. That's not that much. I'll eventually buy a house, but right now, you get a free house, kind of like a room, you know, with a chest. So right now, it doesn't make much sense to actually buy a house. So yeah, but it's there. It's there if you want it. Boy, those shield guys suck too. In any game, you put a shield guy in front of anybody, and it's just time consuming. Here's like a little mini boss fight. This is again part of the bounty system. So doing, you know, killing this guy is going to give you better rewards. But he's got like long-reaching attacks with that, you know, wooden staff. Again, learn the patterns. You know, time your rolls, you'll be alright. Despite my dumbass getting hit. There are difficulty settings as well in the game. You know, if you want to play in the hardest one, it's obviously going to be the hardest. Enemies going to hit the hardest, they're going to have the most health. But I'm just playing on the normal difficulty because I ain't trying to stress myself out. I'd rather just enjoy the game, you know, the flow, the combat. Just want to enjoy it. Alright, he's dead. Perfect. Bounty complete. Easy, easy. GG easy. Coming up here, I was like, oh, okay, just 2 guys, whatever, no big deal. 3 guys, oh shit. Luckily, hopefully I remember to charge up my staff here. Because this is actually, has a chain lightning spell, so if I charge it up, I'll hit them all. Boom, there you go, see? Charged it up, hit them both. Okay, he's gone. Bashed him with the staff. Finish off this little guy. This little goober, little goofy goober. He's gone. Here's me finally equipping different runes. Because, boy, I wasn't using them for the first at least 10 hours of this game. But, wow, they would have came in handy with at least getting back to town and whatnot. Ah, silly me, silly me. You know, this is still a newish game. to me. But I'm so glad I started playing it. So fun, so engaging, so rewarding, so relaxing, you know. Pretty cozy. You know, I dare to say I really hate that word, but loading screens are pretty nice and short for me. I got the game on an SSD, as you should these days. I actually just upgraded one of my drives, because for the longest time I was using just a hard drive, and boy, oh boy, that's terrible. Obviously my boot drive and my main memory in my computer is SSD, but my secondary drive was just a hard drive, and it was starting to show its age, to be honest. So I finally upgraded to another SSD. Nothing too crazy, little over 1,000 megabytes a second. But it's 4 terabytes, so I'll be able to store all my games. This enemy was super annoying because, as you'll see, it starts spawning little fucking babies. But I have the chain lightning, so that helps. That helps a lot. But oh my god, it just kept spawning the little babies. This is my first time encountering this enemy too. Look at that. Oh my god. That took forever. And then this little a-hole shooting crossbow bolts at me while I'm trying to fight the enemies that are multiplying. I didn't know you had to hold the freaking button to use the return spell. Jeez.
For God,
But I figured it out. Turn in some quests, get my rewards, so on and so forth. So fun, so amazing. God, I wanted to use that pick so bad too, but it's not for my build. Shame, shame, shame. Yep. Let's sit back and just look at this. Just the visuals and the atmosphere. Oh wow. It just looks so good. It looks so good. That's another thing that just draws me into this game. And then here's one of the little gems in this game too, is finding these spots where the camera shifts and you just see this, you know, this scenery. This is like the lower end of town. But boy, it's just, oh, it's immaculate. It's amazing. So that's about it, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoy ARPGs, this is a gem. This is a good one. This is gonna be worth waiting for. Early access, no big deal. Like I said, newest patch. It's good, man. Go get it.